Too early in the morning for this? It's always the right time for Brennan
Just a bunch of cameras here, just trying to stay out of the way. Yeah.
All the warriors here? Many of them, at least. So guess what? We have nothing prepared, so Q&A!
I guess the official is welcome to the Scrublords United panel, which is just everybody here. So yeah, I guess the proper way to do this would be to ask everyone to line up in the middle on the aisle here, and if you have a question, we'll take it. And does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
So if you got a question, line up and let us know. Go! All right. Gonna be long.
Okay, so I was watching your Ride to Hell Let's Play a while back, and Matt, by the end of that, you were getting really on point with the headshots on almost every guy.
Oh, okay. I'm so good at video games.
So I was wondering if there were any other terrible video games you've ever played that you've been surprisingly great at.
Good question. Like that one stands out because it's weird that of all things, Ride to Hell. Trying to I have video games.
I got really good at Terminator Salvation at one point. That happened.
I feel like every 7th Scrublords video we record, Matt just destroys everybody.
Yeah.
He finds something dumb nice and early and no one can beat it.
What was it? There was a
time explosion.
There was I think it was like a real bout. There was either a real bout or like a KOF game where I was Terry and it was Capcom versus SNK. Not that that's a bad game, but I was like, I'm not good at this game. But then I won 4 straight or whatever, and I was like, what? That's weird. Why? But yeah, nothing strikes me right now. Austin, you guys got anything?
It's hard because playing games on YouTube and stuff like that, you find yourself getting good at games overall, and so you'll come across really bad games and just be able to run through it like it's nothing. I guess more recently something like Dual Hearts for the PS2.
It's just not worth anyone's time.
No, it's not.
But you got really good at it.
Yeah, I could do too many flips.
Oh, I got really good at Geist. When you're doing the first-person shooting sections, the ghost thing, it's you can't really be good at that because it's slow and you just kind of point and click on things. You want to be a ghost, but the first-person shooter sections, for some reason, I was like, oh, I'm fucking nailing this. But even though because it's a bad the first-person parts of the game are the most terrible.
It's bad.
Yeah, I just think they remember just going, I'm the best. I'm gonna get a girlfriend one day.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
And it worked out. It worked out.
It's right there.
So yeah, anybody else? No?
I'm really good at red.
Red?
Bread? Wet, sorry.
Wet. Oh my god, wet is so bad. Holy shit.
Oh shit.
Super good at it for some reason.
I have to show you a video, what's
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, Matt did a lot of work on wet, if I remember.
I did a lot of work on wet. You might have seen my work in wet.
It was his truest passion project.
Yeah. I think that's good.
Is your name in the credits, Matt?
I'm not sure because I never beat the game, so I don't know for sure. But I think that's good. Thank you for that question. What do we have next?
I was just wondering what game you guys are anticipating the most to come out in, say, the next 2 years and why.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
It's Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Metroid Prime 4.
Scalebound is looking really good. So
That's super good.
it's easy answer. Right now though, Mario Odyssey. Right now, yeah. Knack 2. Knack 2's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And we're gonna play it. We're gonna have a good time. Let's do it. Next, you gotta get knacked.
But actually, Danganronpa V3 probably.
Nobody knows.
I would say Kingdom Hearts 3, but let's be real. That's not coming out in the next 2 years.
God, it looks so good though.
I need to catch up on the best year of video games this year, so I'm not even looking at the next 2 years.
Brennan's got 2 years to play through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't want to ask anything like too personal, but the Omicron playthrough, the timing of that playthrough.
Thank you for your question, sir. Great question.
The timing of that playthrough also kind of lined up with your hiatus and Liam officially leaving.
Yeah.
Can you officially say that it was attested to that game?
Now, okay, for lore purposes, yes. Absolutely. For actual in real life purposes, no. Just happened to be a coincidence.
I kind of wish I could say it was as simple as that.
Yeah. But
Let's
no.
just say it was.
It's so bad. And also, I guess, what are everybody's opinions on Omicron, if you don't just explain that?
If you don't have an opinion, then I suppose then nothing, but...
Good for you.
I would say it's the worst David Cage game by far, just because since there's more control, there's more opportunities to fuck everything up and everything to be terrible, so, like, by default, it would make it, like, the worst one.
It seems like more ambitious. I mean, I haven't played it. It seems more ambitious than any of his games, with like so much more going on, and like they scoped back from there really aggressively.
Yeah.
That seems like the only good thing about the game is like there was a lot of ambition, but then nothing fucking lands ever. So,
You guys have anything?
underappreciated Jim.
So sorry.
What?
Underappreciated Jim.
Whether or not it was like the worst, it's absolutely my most hated because it was the one that we played the newer 3, right, from Indigo Prophecy forward, and then it was always about like, oh, when are you gonna go back to that one? And I was like, I remember playing that once back in the day, and I was like, yeah, it was a weird kind of sort of fighting game, so it was alright, and I never got much further past the tutorial, and in my head it was like that weird sort of fighting game RPG thing. So going back to it and seeing how utterly just the worst, how like depressing it was to get through it, like my expectations I think were like not completely at zero because I remember having that fun little fighting game mode in it. So to me it becomes my most hated easily.
Was it one of those things where you were like, if this game was really that bad, I would have heard about it? Right?
Well, it's like, because I played it, you know, and like other people would have been like, oh, that thing, what the hell, but like no one talked about it or said anything besides, hey, David Bowie's in it.
Yeah, like it's no Superman 64 for... Good question.
Thank you.
Alright, hey guys, big fan. I just wanted to know what your opinion is on medium rare chicken, and would you try it?
Medium rare chicken. I don't feel good about salmonella. No, I don't think I would want to try it.
Wow.
Are there places that serve that? Is that legal?
Chicken nowadays are cleaned enough, like when it's being cut, it's cleaned enough to the point where most times it's very unlikely for you to get salmonella, but again, it's still possible.
Sir, do you have a restaurant you're trying to push where you sell medium rare chicken?
Can I get your opinion on E. coli?
I mean, as somebody who will eat like a blue rare steak, I'm not opposed to eating an animal while it's still alive. So maybe I'll try it, just to say I did.
Here's your answer. Have you ever seen the Kenny versus Spenny episode where they're just like, who can eat the most meat? And then Kenny is just eating raw chicken and touching everything and then vomiting everywhere? That should be your answer.
Hi guys.
Hi, whoever you are. It's total stranger.
I've been watching since Deadly Premonition, so yeah. I have a question for Matt.
Yes.
Speak up.
Speak up.
So Liam is a successful streamer, and Willie is he has Willie versus, and you don't really seem to like do anything.
this a plant?
Like there's nothing going on.
Who are you, sir?
Is this a plant?
No. I was wondering, are you planning to maybe do something?
Am I planning to do anything? I do have something in the works. I believe we have a clip prepared in the back if we can get that clip going. Does Matt have anything in the works?
Sorry. Excuse me.
So yes, young lady, I do have something in the works, a full LP of Bible Black, the game, which you'll be seeing on my new side channel, the Matt McMuscles Flophouse. This will be going live tomorrow.
Hot news, hot news.
Hot news. Serial reviews, hentai games, bring the family. It should be a good time. Thank you, young lady stranger that I've never seen before.
He looks an awful lot like his wife. So, what are the most legitimately infuriating games you guys have ever played?
Omicron, the Nomad Soul. With the best friends group, I honestly think it was that. Nothing, like Ride to Hell, no. Ride, not even close. Maybe Prison Break, but Omicron, that's it.
There was a PS4 title called Anima that I streamed recently, and it started off amazing. It was so mysterious, I had no idea what was going on, but when it got to the bit where it's like, yeah, play through the game 3 more times to get the endings, I was getting so fucking pissed off. I've never canned a full LP, but it happened. It was so bad.
You guys?
Recently, I never played Crash Bandicoot growing up, so I've been playing the Insane Trilogy, and not having a great time with the time trials right now. It's, well, you didn't get the run shoe. I mean, I know you didn't like Dark Souls either, right? So.
It's Oni had a clip of like, and then someone added Oni's Crash Bandicoot thing over everything. It's the best.
We and I aren't
It's the dankest you meme. It's the best.
Fresh, hot new memes.
Brennan?
It's not my job to play bad video games. So I actually only play things.
It's just your job to play video games badly.
Yes. No, that's not even my job.
No, it's not. No,
Still not my job.
He plays video game roles in real life.
I'm in video games.
It's true, you are. Alright, thank you.
Alright, so I have a call out and a question. First, the call out is the very first ConBravo, you showed off Asura's Wrath. When's Asura's Wrath?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we showed a clip of Zach playing Asura's Wrath.
Yeah.
So that was a joke. Like that was not gonna bloom into anything bigger, I don't think.
Look, let's be real. We've been on Zach's ass about completing that LP for a couple of years now, and he's a lazy fuck. I don't know.
He can't seem to find the controller.
I mean, we have the editing software open. We pointed at it. He hasn't done anything. I don't know.
Legit though, we did attempt to record an Asura's Wrath LP with humans playing and Pat. And we were just like after a little while when we're like new controls would be acclimatized, it's like we had less to say and we just weren't feeling that much and we just didn't continue with it. Oh, plus when we put it up, Capcom put a copyright strike on it even though it was unlisted.
Well, you guys said you were going to put it on your website. That's what.
Yeah, fuck that though. Like, kind of just do that either.
Okay, so I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but the website lost money for years. The website was a total train wreck and nobody clicked on anything, so like it wouldn't have even...
I'm sorry I asked.
That's okay.
It's okay.
We kept it going as long. We kept it as a money burner as long as possible. But then a new player was instituted, and like we were just like, they're not all going to be gold. Not every venture is going to work out. So we just maybe we might bring it back someday, but not for the foreseeable future.
I hope not. And then when people don't like it, bring back website classics so nobody can click again.
Thank you.
Well, also, I have a question. Liam, do you have any, has it crossed your mind at all to come back to the Best Friends? Because I miss you. Pause, no homo.
I appreciate it. I do really appreciate it. I've seen a lot of people ask this. People pop into my stream who haven't been watching my streams and ask me, do you have any plans? I get tweets on Twitter. A lot of people ask me this. And it has crossed my mind, but Best Friends is really behind me now. I don't have any plans to return. And I won't be returning. I'm still doing content with Wooly and Matt. We've had a lot of great streams. I recorded 3 videos already for Matt's channel, which will be going up at some point. I really appreciate it. I really do. It means so much that people feel my absence. It sounds a bit self-serving, but it does mean a lot to me. But no, I'm afraid there's zero chance.
That's all right. I appreciate your lovely answer.
No problem. It's really no problem.
Assuming we let him back in. What about that part of the question, Fogger?
Hello.
Hello. Really looking forward to the upcoming Best Friends LP Detroit Become Human. You guys have mentioned.
We're not.
You guys have mentioned multiple times that you're eventually going to do up a David Cage bingo for all the shit you expect. Based on all the shit we've already seen, has a bingo been reached? In your opinion?
Sorry, I didn't quite.
Oh, sorry. You're gonna be doing a David Cage bingo based on the game over, failure, the game designer, all that fun stuff. Based on the pre-release stuff and his so-called interviews and everything, do you think that we've already gotten a bingo, or?
Yeah, no, we haven't built it yet. No. We've seen like fan-submitted bingo cards. We've seen like a lot of people jumping the gun to get the different bingo card versions out there, but the official one that we'll be using for the Detroit Become Human LP has not yet been created. We want to really pour over it and get into the mind of the game designer.
Would make great merchandise.
I would be, as much as I want Detroit, as much as we all want Detroit to be amazing and blow us all away and surprise us, I can't see that happening. And like, there's gonna be some fucking bingos.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thanks. Don't clap at David Cage question.
Oh no, they're clapping at the bingo. That's a fun idea.
Aw, that is.
Clapping at your inevitable torture.
Yeah.
So Wooly, about 3 years ago at ConBravo 2014, I was at the Best Friends autograph meeting, and I handed you a copy of Jet Set Radio Futures to sign. You then proceeded to lean in a whisper and say, "Keep it on the down low. We're probably going to do this someday," and then gave me a little shush. It's been 3 years.
It's not really on the down low anymore now, is it?
I was gonna say, it's been 3 years. I feel like our pact is broken.
Fair enough.
I just want to know, is there a possibility that it will happen someday, or was it just hollow promises?
The possibility, it's not a hey.
What's the motto? You promise too much.
As someone who dresses like a Jet Set Radio character, it's 100% guaranteed that it's going to happen, at least on Wooly Versus, eventually. It's 100% slated to happen in the future.
But I'll say right there, like sometimes when like LPs don't work out, or even one-offs on a grander scale, having a side channel is always a good idea to, like, Wooly was like, oh, well, I want to do more Naruto stuff. because people associate me with Naruto, so I'm gonna put that in Woolly Versus. Like, it makes total sense because sometimes those things just don't work out like the schedule of like a big channel like ours has kind of grown into. So like I'm gonna be playing Godzilla stuff. Like Liam plays card games on his stream because no one would want to play card games with him on Super Best Friends. So.
It's been depressing for years that if I did want to play a card game, nobody would want to do it with me.
The only one I would have tried one, which was Lost Kingdoms, but then
Yes, Lost Kingdoms and or Odama, right? That's a pinball game.
Okay, well, whatever.
Weird games.
But yeah, that one. But no, yes, to answer your question, sir. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to be doing it on Woolly Versus. I have a couple of scheduled things. Obviously, like the back-end Naruto stuff is, that's a journey that I'm spiritually on right now. But once I get to where I'm going, we'll be doing stuff like that for sure.
Yeah. Thank you, left side of the table. My left.
All right. I got a friend who wasn't able to make it. Her name's Angel. First of all, she would like to say, Matt, Wooly, she loves the Final Fantasy X playthrough.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. For some reason, a lot of members of Team 4-Star would watch it. Like, you would always tell me every so often, and you're like, yo, that last part was dope. And I'm like, oh, you're watching that? And you're like, yeah, I am. So I find it weird that like a lot of out of a lot of our friends, like I think like a lot of people, like I know Kurt was watching it with his sister and stuff. It's just weird that people, I guess people have a lot of good memories of it. Like everyone played it or was familiar with it.
Yeah, I remember Kurt talking about his sister liking it. But I could definitely see him being like, hey man, racism, yeah.
All right.
So glad she liked it.
And she also had a question for all of you. What do y'all think of the Fatal Frame series?
Fatal Frame series?
Fatal Frame series. I slowly like got really into that series. When Fatal Frame 5 was announced for the Wii U, I was like livid every day when Nintendo wouldn't announce it was coming to North America, because Fatal Frame 4 never did. And I was really like into it when like Fatal Frame 4 came out on the Wii. I was able to finagle a copy and I was really enjoying that. And I was like, oh, I can't wait for Fatal Frame 5. And that, while cool in some aspects, like they kind of made the controls and the gameplay way too complicated for what it should have been. So I was into that. I still need to play more of it, but like I grew to like that series a lot more because I never got to play it until like much later. But I'm interested to see if they have any more. And the movie was terrible. There was like a live action Fatal Frame movie that had barely anything to do with it. So yeah, that's me.
The Fatal Frame always scared like the living hell out of me when I was younger, because like it had the whole like Japanese horror aesthetic thing going on. But I would love to see 5 kind of director to cut it or like remade for the Switch if they could.
Yeah,
fix
absolutely.
a couple things. And they got the tablet, so it would like work really well. I feel at least.
I really dug the 3DS one Spirit camera. It was such a like novelty. Like it's fucking not a Fatal Frame. It's barely a Fatal Frame game, but it was such a cool novelty. Other than that, like I've only played 5 to be honest, and it was fun. 5 is really flawed, unfortunately. Like more so than earlier ones I've heard. But I did have a cool time with them. I love the concept. It's novel. The camera, like it's cool. Fuck. And the movie did suck. Holy shit. The plot twist was secret twin sister, which is never a good one.
And then a nun just beats one of the children to almost to death.
Was this a Japanese movie or was this like a... Okay.
Yeah, it's Japanese.
When do you think the North American movie is coming out?
Probably.
It's going to happen.
Probably never.
Yeah.
Maybe on Netflix.
I feel it will.
No opinion, because I haven't really played them, but one thing that I always love is when you guys told us about how it can actually get scary at moments, and then you take the photo, and you get these giant point combo bonus text things flying all over the place. The 0 shot version annihilating text.
Fatal shot. It's just like gore, erotica, etc. You know. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, Matt, your Japanese pronunciation is amazing.
Of what?
From the video earlier.
Oh, Komedo Sony. Okay. Thank you.
And what's everyone's favorite Pokemon game and why?
What's everyone's favorite
Pokemon Snap.
My favorite's Black White, easily. It used to be Gold Silver, and it was Gold Silver for the longest time, but then Black White just fucking kicked ass. I love the whole thing of like, hey, you gotta use the new Pokemon. Fuck you, only new Pokemon allowed. I really dug that. I wish they would do that again.
1 or 2?
Oh, the first one, yeah. The 2's really good as well, but I like the novelty of like new Pokemon only was like, whoa, I'm a child again. Now I have to use Sock and Throw.
That's kind of how I felt when Heart Gold Soul Silver came out. Because I hadn't like touched Pokemon in a while, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna replay these things. And I got super into it, and you know, having all the new Pokemon and the old ones, and being able to take them out in the Pokedometer or whatever. The Pokedometer. Yeah. Pokewalker. That's it. Yeah, that was good.
Brennan has strong opinions on Pokemon, I believe.
I don't have the strongest. I don't know why it's always been Emerald for me. And I'm honestly not sure why, because I just actually watched a retrospective as to like what Pokemon even came out in the 3rd generation, and it like wasn't that good. Like the new Pokemon, there were like a lot of like 3s and 4s, like solid designs, but like in the end there weren't any like real like, oh, this is a new iconic guy.
It's a real mixed bag.
It was something about the story, and it might have been because I played Silver in Japanese and had no idea what's going on. And when I played Red and Blue, I was a stupid baby, so I really didn't know what was going on. So maybe that was the first like Pokemon story that I actually understood and knew what was going on.
It was nice to be cognitive for a Pokemon game.
Yeah, that was the first time, so I remember it fondly.
Cool, I played that one a lot too in high school, it was good.
Yeah, and then it's one I've replayed too, like, yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
Really quickly, like, this is how bad of a mainstream Pokemon fan I am. At the top for me is Snap. Right underneath that is Puzzle League. And right under that is Pokken. I only really like the spin-off games.
Oh, you know, I really liked Conquest.
What was Conquest?
It was Pokemon Cross Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
It existed, and it was a blip on life, and it disappeared.
God.
I'm a super sad Gen 1er, so I love my blue, but I think there's something to be said for like, I had a ton of excitement when Stadium 1 first came out and I got to see all the models in 3D. That was really exciting for me, so that goes high up there. And specifically playing as Machamp in Pokken Fighters is a thing I love. Also, thank you, those pineapple cakes were delicious.
Yeah, I had a moment in Sun and Moon when you unlock the Machamp ride. I had no idea. I'd seen nothing about it, and it was like, yeah, you need somebody to push stuff for you, and then you press the button, and then Machamp's just holding you like a little bab. And it's like, this is where I want to be.
Do you think that Fire Red Leaf Green dethroned Blue and Red for you, or since their remake?
I have to play them to find out, Liam.
Oh, we played one of them. But it wasn't exactly the best of circumstances, so it's fine.
Yeah, it was cool to see the changes, I suppose, but I'm really just going on nostalgia. So it's not valid, you know, in the grand scheme of things. It's just personal.
Not a favorite, but Magikarp Jump is coming up on my most played Pokemon game, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Which game of the Shitstorm of Scariness was like your favorite, and which frightened you the most?
Which Storm game was my favorite, which frightened me the most? Thank you for just like giving a distinction between both, because like sometimes those go hand in hand. I really enjoyed Lakeview Cabin Collection, which I think we did 2 years ago, because I practiced that game a bunch, and I think that game is really neat, if not incredibly hard and specific. There's that, and which one scared me the most? I guess it was one, I think it was one called Phobia or Monster, I believe, and it was just, you were alone in a house, and like I think we did that 2 years ago, and it was just you were walking around. There was just this door that would rattle, and it had something on the other end. And I think the game crashed before we could figure out what it was. And of course, Anatomy, of course, that we did last year was probably the scariest. Not my favorite video to do, but yeah, the scariest one. You guys have been on one or two. Do you have an opinion on?
I mean, PT was pretty scary. You know, like that's gonna stay with me.
Pat's tiny table made me look more scared of White Day than I was. But White Day was really scary. That was a fucking scary game.
Do you guys have a favorite of one of our shitstorm of scariness videos?
I like the Spooky's House of Horror.
Yeah, Spooky's House of Horrors. Jump Scare Mansion, rather.
Jump Scare Mansion.
Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yo, how's it going?
What's up?
I was wondering, you guys mentioned a couple, like, I'm not sure it was this con, but you guys played Otagi for the
Otagi?
Yeah, that you guys like lost the footage. I was wondering if you ever will go back and do a video on that, like sometime in the future.
So sorry, the question was, we mentioned at a con that we did a video for Otaki 2 specifically.
Yeah, so we played Otaki 1 and 2.
And we lost the footage in a hard drive mishap. Wooly. And we're gonna go back and do it.
I took it home, plugged it in, and the thing didn't work, man. Come on.
It was in your camera.
All right. So I would be really sad if we didn't, because I fell in love with that game in the hour and a half or so that we played it for. It's incredible. Both Otaki 1 and 2. And the magic of me learning what it is, unfortunately on camera, will never be captured again.
But now it's been so long, I think you'll forget a good portion of it, and that excitement will come back.
I'm not expecting it now, and I was also wondering if you would ever try Breakdown original XCOMs, the Namco like first person.
Breakdown? Yeah, we've actually talked about that one a while. It just never comes together. We just never get around to doing it. I have like 2 copies of it, but yeah, maybe one day.
It's super jank, but it's
it's janky, but that's that good jank. It's
super sick. I would really like to stream that game. Yeah.
It's the Namco jank. So.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hello.
Controversial. I cannot speak. Question: is a hot dog a sandwich?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Wooly.
1000%.
I completely disagree, but
Present your argument.
If a hot dog was a sandwich, they'd call it a sandwich and not a hot dog.
Though technically, wouldn't a hot dog still be a hot dog even if it didn't have a bread?
That's correct. As a hamburger can be a hamburger, and a hamburger is a type of sandwich, but it's also the meat in between, and we don't call that a sandwich all the time. Not doing it.
yeah, but the bread isn't like layered on top of the meat, is it?
You see, you can call like, it depends on how you hold it.
Yeah, but one side isn't completely open like an average sandwich.
The reason why the hot dogs are the way they are is originally they used to be a fair food where you would get a pair of gloves to eat it, and the vendor got fed up with losing gloves that they made these specific rolls so you could hold it.
It seems like hot dogs are just intelligent sandwiches, because if you construct them like techniques, right? But there's a bunch of sandwiches that have an open side, so like tacos.
Yes, soft shell taco.
I love
a sandwich then?
Hard shell tacos too. They're abstract kind of sandwiches. Is an ice cream sandwich a sandwich?
Yes.
Cut to like 3 hours later and we're all still here talking about
Okay, so Pop-Tarts. What are we doing here?
Ice cream cones?
It's a pastry.
Yes.
Isn't a fajita just an open casket burrito?
I think we've demonstrated they are.
I don't know. It's
It's a fun discussion.
Okay, like all opposed, all in favor? Who thinks it's a sandwich? Done. Sorted. Motion passed. The council has spoken.
The tribe has spoken.
Alright, thank you.
Hi, what are your favorite wrestling vignettes or backstage skits?
Ooh, what are your favorite wrestling vignettes or backstage skits? I always loved the APA when they had that frame of a door from their office. I loved all of those because they were so simple, and it's one of those gags that I was like, this will never get old, and it never did. It was just always funny, and whenever they'd have brawls and they'd kick people out of the door frame, even though he could have gone in any direction to leave, love that.
Recently, I've been loving the fashion police stuff. That's just comedic gold. But on serious notes, like anything Samoa Joe says in the backstage, he's just such an angry person, but he has such a vernacular that you can't help but be threatened by his intelligence and muscles.
Can you cut a Samoa, like you know how Samoa Joe does, like, you can't beat me. When we're gonna have a match. There's no way you'll beat me there.
Bring me Nakamura, or bring me my title.
Yeah, for me, personally, just because I've heard a lot of great stories from the backstage filming of it from Booker T, who trained me. I love the Booker T and Stone Cold in the grocery store.
Yes!
That's one of my all-time favorites. Vignette-wise, I love Old Gold Dust. I love. And when Old Dust. And when they brought back Old Dust recently, I was very, very happy.
So what was that thing? You saw on Twitter, Matthew from Botchmania is saying that Booker T's penis flops out during the supermarket brawl, and people are like, no, that's not, it's called Penisgate now, because there's penis truthers, and then there's heretics that say, no, that wasn't his penis.
And the flat penisers come on down.
It's amazing.
There's no penis.
There's none?
Yeah, not really backstage, but like I always get like a deep hearty chuckle when I see Shockmaster eat shit. Every time. It's not quite what you're looking for, but I love it.
Similarly, not backstage, but something I loved with all of my being was Fandango refusing to fight and just coming out and doing his bit and wasn't doing the music. But I guess as far as vignettes and things like that go, the Mega Powers, not sure if they should shake hands because it might be too powerful. Like, that's the best way for two like superstars to like come together. They're like, we don't know, this might be a bad idea. I don't think I've seen anyone do that since, and it's amazing.
I'm not really like too familiar with wrestling, but my great grandmother really liked Scott Steiner. That's all I got.
that was good though. That was a good bit.
We know it's God's Steiner.
I would also like to give a shout out to seeing the Legend Killer pose over a burning house. That was fantastic and everything I wanted. That was great.
Cool.
Jericho. Listen Jericho.
Okay. Yeah, Jericho's cool.
How do you guys feel about Netflix taking the rights to all superhero movies and like to make all these series of like Castlevania and Death Note and like all these things?
I mean, Netflix is affordable and easy to get, so I have no problem with it. As Canadians, I get furious when Hulu gets anything because we're not allowed to fucking watch Hulu.
I'm into it. They're putting more money into creators' hands, which is always something I'm behind. Their hit rate has been really good, so clearly they're getting it into the hands of good talent, people who, I mean, not that one person deserves the money more than others, but like, they're funding the medium, and that's better than not. That's better than like having to work with cable, having to work on like dated rating systems that are completely busted. Like, it does exclude a lot of people, but TV and media was never free in the first place. You lived at your parents' place, but they paid for the TV, and now you just gotta pay for Netflix. But hey, it supports creators better than TV ever did. So.
And I mentioned this in the earlier panel today, at least with Castlevania and really with Defenders. It's not like there was a big clamoring for Castlevania. There wasn't really anything for Luke Cage or any of that from a mainstream perspective. So you can tell that the people who are making these are doing it with love, and you can kind of see it. You know, these are fans of these products, and they're producing things that they want to represent the properties they love.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that Netflix is like pouring money into individual creators because we're gonna be getting more and more unique properties. And like you said with Castlevania, stuff that isn't in the mainstream or the limelight anymore, but it's like, hey, here's an anime and a second season coming soon.
It's hitting nostalgia marks.
Yeah, the 90s kids, right?
Exactly. We've grown up now. We have disposable income that we can pay Netflix to make us 4 episodes long of Castlevania with scenes about having sex with sheep.
And that's what we wanted.
Just what I've always asked for.
I haven't been given a reason to feel bad about it, so until further notice, I think it's cool. So we have 5 minutes left.
We were told that we can go over by like...
We can go slightly over.
So I think we have like 10 minutes left at the most, so...
But if we want to get through the rest, we do have to kind of speed round it. So, straight to the question, then we can get all you guys done.
Alrighty, first of all, thank you for getting me to see Kuza. Thank you for being awesome, and I hope you enjoyed those Pop-Tarts. Who's your favorite Overwatch hero and why?
Mine is Farah, really, because there's like this noble sort of, like, she's kind of like, I don't know, like this Egyptian Captain America, sort of, like, the protector of the skies and all that, and I think her armor is super cool. I love all her legendary skins, like, I think she's my favorite.
For me, it's definitely Symmetra. I love her crazy atypical play style, and her design is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Her dress, the Kipao, is like fucking, you know it. She's the best.
Agony pogotovnosti.
I'm like the weirdo who never played Overwatch, but I have played as the Overwatch characters in Heroes of the Storm. So Diva, I guess.
Plus you own a sexy Diva shirt, I believe.
Alrighty, thank you. Pass through the iris.
Thank you.
I just have a question about the Naruto bridge. The old one, Moscow X and Vegeta. What was your guys' opinion on it?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do you have an opinion on the Naruto bridge for Moscow X and Vegeta?
Oh, that was super old, and it got a lot of people into a bridge series and a lot of quotes and stuff like that, and it kind of paved the way for other people, and eventually it led me and the other TFS members to here, and yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
I was wondering if how excited are you guys for Dragon Ball Fighters? What characters would you put on your team and why?
Mr. Popo. I'd like a team of Popo. A Popo team,
What's wrong with the Sand Prince?
I'm not super, like, I like watching fighting games and seeing like the Evo stuff that they were playing for fighters. Oh my god, it looked amazing, and me and my friends have just been losing our minds over like who could possibly be in it, because like you guys know more about Arcs. Like how many characters do you think will be in that game?
Like 20.
If it's a 3v3 fighter, then like yeah, we're probably going to be looking at 18 minimum. And it's such a rich roster like to choose from as well. Personally, yeah, it's the most excited I've been for a fighting game since Street Fighter 4. So, yeah, that's how big up there it is. And I'm gonna say, what? Skullgirls. What the fuck happened to Skullgirls? That was really exciting too. It was really exciting.
Yeah, but that needed our help. DBZ Fighters does need our help.
Yeah, there you go. And for me, who would I put on my team? Yajirobe. They better be Yajirobe.
Yeah. I'm like alright excited for it because like I played a bunch of Guilty Gear and I've always liked Guilty Gear characters better than DBZ. As a kid I just never got into DBZ. It just went past me for some reason. I was too busy watching Card Captors and Escaflowing and Cyber Sins. So like I'm looking at it, I'm like, I fell off Guilty Gear Exard. I'm not gonna play this for as long as that. So I'm like kind of cool on it. I mean it looks phenomenal, but I'm just like, I don't have time to put into a fighting game nowadays, so.
I'm almost more excited for it just to see Arc System in the main spotlight, like in the, this could potentially be the thing that puts them you know, and it's a very, very good company that deserves it.
No, and this opportunity is like unparalleled for them, for sure.
Do we know if it's going to cover super stuff?
Not for sure.
Frieza turns gold, right?
Yeah, but we were saying that like the new female Saiyans might be DLC, like pre-order DLC.
Oh, there's gonna be a ton of
Yeah.
I just want to play as Beerus, that's all.
I want to see like fusions where you have to have the two people on your team to make the fusion happen. I want that.
Thank you.
God damn it, Napa. Okay, so my question is, do you guys feel that Eric Sparrow's betrayal of your main character belongs on the top 10 anime betrayals list?
Yes! It should be all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it doesn't belong to be in the top 10 list, it is the top 10 list, Eric Sparrow's betrayal. So Ben, okay, so what did we say at, when we were at Too Many Games, Wooly? We said, yeah, that's worse than Griffith. Like in Berserk, and then we said, you know, what if Guts is like, I'm gonna do this super sick kickflip over this gap, and then Griffith like does medieval Photoshop over himself,
and we blend Berserk together with Thug, and we get Band of the Hawk. Right?
Yeah.
He's doing everything he can.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm just wondering if there are any franchises that you really like, but are just grown so big and so expansive that you're like, I can't keep up with this anymore.
I think Assassin's Creed was getting there when it was one a year. Like, I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since Black Sails. Like, that's the last one I like beat, and I skipped Unity because I didn't care for it, and I skipped Syndicate. That looked better, but I was like, I can't keep up with this shit, man. I'm too old. I can't play these big things at the end of every year. But like, I'm ready for Assassin's Creed Origins because it's had time to cool off, and so that's the one I'm kind of getting back on. But that's the only thing I've been interested in a lot that I just kind of dropped off because it was getting too much.
Fair enough.
For me, it's definitely Pokemon. I still like Pokemon a lot. Like, again, I've been playing Magic Card Jump like fucking nuts. But yeah, after Black 2, like the Series X was not a good follow-up to that, and then they just never recaptured my attention. And every time I buy one, I play it for less. Like Sun Moon, I played for like 5 hours, and I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't want to play it.
I thought you were gonna say it's like every time I pick up one of these disappointing games, I only put like 150 hours into it, and then I'm just like, man, what a disappointment.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but I'm playing them less and less. It bums me out because I know how much I really like Pokemon, but it's just not hitting me anymore. You know, Black White really rejuvenated that because it was like unique, and now it's just slow. And even with all the big improvements, it bums me out that even with all the huge improvements to Sun Moon, it still just bounced off of me. So.
I kind of feel that way about Kingdom Hearts, but after I see like Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 squiggly line of fragmentary dysentery, I'm like, I can't keep up with that. It's just too much.
That's a very easy series to lose track of, which is so many spin-offs, and they're also interconnected.
All you have to do is play the first two and you're lost.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that it? Thank you.
Hi. I was wondering, if all 6 of you were in some sort of 3-way tag team match, which team would win?
Mine.
Like, really? Are we doing for real? That was the question, sir?
The only way we would win is if we were booked to win. Like, that's the only way.
I think Brennan is both taller and heavier than me, Wooly, and Matt on each other's shoulders. So it would be bad.
Maybe we can bind his arms so he can't use them.
I think like if like the rest of us tried to Irish whip, we'd fold over the rope and just die. Like, what? No, man, no way.
Matt, Wooly, and Liam teamed up to fight Brennan, it'd still be fucked.
Yeah. We would need firearms.
Even then.
And even still,
He can't be killed with conventional weapons.
He must have some weakness.
The power of friendship.
Chair shot in the Spanish announcer's table? Maybe. Hi, sir.
Are there any times you enjoyed like the spin-off game more than the mainline franchise or series?
So like Matt with Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, the Pokemon's my go-to, but Persona.
Yeah, I guess Persona is a really good example.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean
And it's not out yet, but I feel like I might thoroughly end up enjoying, I think it's called Skull and Bones, the upcoming like shanty pirate simulator that is really just everything from Black Flag that I wanted isolated.
Oh, Liam, I know yours.
I got a couple. I like Resident Evil: The Mercenaries 3D better than Resident Evil 6.
You like Freedom Cry, the DLC for Black
Assassin's Creed
Sails.
4 Freedom Cry is so good. It's 7 hours of Assassin's Creed. That's it. 100% completion in 7 hours. It's wonderful. Go play that. This one's not a spin-off. A lot of people consider it a spin-off, so I'm gonna say it, but it is fucking not. It's mainline. I love Mega Man Battle Network.
Yes.
It's not a spin-off. It's what Mega Man actually became.
Yeah, it's an excellent spin-off, you're right.
But you know, for me and my friends in high school, that was all Mega Man was. There was no other. There was no that was Mega Man. You know.
It was Capcom's life support for a long time.
So, yeah, I love that series, but I would argue not spin off.
That's fine, but then sometimes you'll like snidely go, it's much better than the trash that was X.
Thing I have never said.
I've seen you sometimes where you make a joke where you're like, yeah, I'm really glad those passed me by or something. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, I remember playing X specifically when it came out on the Wii U Virtual Console, just like, you know what, I want to be able to talk about this game fully, and I did, and it was great.
Okay,
it was wonderful.
Thank you for clearing the air. You guys have anything?
Yeah, I kind of need a jury on this one though, because I'm not too sure if it is a spin-off, but does World of Warcraft count?
I think it started as a spin-off, because it was 1, 2, 3.
And I played that for like 2,000 hours.
Yeah, but now that's the main thing.
Yeah, I know, but it was a spin-off. I think it's fair to say you were into Vanilla WoW a lot.
I was, yeah. I was a raid leader at 14.
That's very impressive.
I failed.
I'm really impressed with that.
Don't clap.
Such a flaccid clap.
I don't know if it counts, but it's like Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy are way better than the Dark Forces games. You know, they're sequels.
They're sequels.
They're sequels. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, last
question. No pressure, sir. No pressure.
So I have a question. In the last podcast, you called it Goutside Phil. So what is your opinion on the current state of Darkside Phil?
There's some crazy shit going on.
Yeah, there is. And I'm glad you asked that, because it's a great opportunity to super duper clarify that that was entirely a joke made at Pat's expense. It had everything to do with us making fun of Pat being sick, and it had nothing to do with Darkside Phil. It was just a funny, like, chat comment that popped up, and as we're making fun of Pat's potential scurvy / full of feces / gout problem, I took that as an opportunity to make fun of him with that, and also call him bad at video games. So that's entirely what the joke was about, and it's not about anything else. So, like, yeah, there's people have linked me to like clips about Darkside Phil getting angry and things like that. I literally haven't listened to it, so I have no real opinion. But I just want to clarify that joke was totally to make fun of Pat.
I think you'd have to tune into Slow Beef's channel to get real opinions on Darkside Phil, because we have very, very little to actually say.
That's about that.
So I live in the same state as him.
That's what Pat moving to Seattle to clean out his gout.
Sorry?
Remember, Darkside Phil said he moved to Seattle to help with his gout. So it was
I don't remember him saying that because I literally didn't listen to anything he had to say.
I don't know. It's a crazy wormhole to go down.
Okay.
I'm sure it is.
I would rather not. I'd rather make fun of Pat.
No, it'll ruin it.
Let's make fun of Pat.
Yeah, let's make fun of Pat.
He's actually here, you just can't see him.
So I guess we defeated you all. So thank you for coming to Scrublords tonight.